Here we go again. How many streams has it been now? Let's take a look here. I feel like there's only been 1 day miss so far, so we've been on a good little run, or I should say, I've been on a good little run. Is this stream number? I don't know. I'll have to check on my phone because it doesn't show when I go to the studio. It doesn't want to show there. Let's take a quick peek here, though. Let's hope that my image is good. What's this? The 42nd stream out of 43 nights. Interesting. Talk about consistency, you know? I liken this channel to a young Cal Ripken. Old reliable, old faithful, that sort of thing there. So let me just... I'm not going to wait too long. I never know when Sage is going to come and go, so... He's probably out gallivanting around in Italy or wherever the heck he is right now. I don't know. We should have filed a missing persons report for Sage because he hasn't been spotted in Kingston in quite some time. So let's get to it. I mean, he's not a big basketball fan anyway, so I can get rid of the basketball, and then we'll see where the night goes. Not doing Last of Us tonight. I do apologize for that inconvenience, but I'm not doing The Last of Us. Maybe soon, though. Maybe Belatro. I could be talking to Belatro if someone wants to see my expertise. Especially if you missed last night's stream, go back and watch the tail end of the stream. So the last hour and a half, if you want to see a masterful performance... then I would highly recommend going and watching the end of that stream. Welcome to the Thundercloud Corpse Dough. Everyone should probably have that in their favorites. Like there should be a button for love, not just like in that scenario. Anyways, let's get to the brass taxes and let's go over what transpired tonight in the world of the NBA. So the Indiana Pacers, I do feel like they needed this game more than OKC, and they did deliver. They won 116-107 over OKC. Overall, just looked like the better team, to be honest with you. So from the field, OKC shot 46.8%, and from the field for the other guys there, the Pacers, they shot 51.2%, so that's a substantial gain there. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wasn't super effective tonight. I mean, he was 9 for 20 with 24 points. That's not too bad. One knock on his game, he doesn't, just when we're kind of looking at the stats and stuff, doesn't seem like a playmaker. He kind of seems like a ball hog, if I'm being honest with you. So he had 4 assists tonight with 6 turnovers. To me, that's kind of inefficient there. Whereas Tyrese Halliburton was 9 for 17, so, you know, he was okay shooting the ball, had 22 points, but the big difference is 11 assists to 4 turnovers, so that's a substantial upgrade there, and he also did grab 9 boards as well. If we want to speak of efficiency, we do need to bring up Pascal Siakam in terms of shooting 8 for 14 tonight. He had 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, no turnovers whatsoever, and 21 points. Other than that, the starters for the Pacers were left in the single digits, but they had a heck of a performance from Benedict Mathurin out of Canada. I believe he's from Quebec somewhere, probably Montreal, I would assume. At 27 points, he was 9 for 12 shooting field goals, and 7 for 8 from the free throw line, 2 for 3 from 3, so big performance from him. Turnovers weren't that big of a difference, I don't believe. Like, the team turnovers were what, like 17 to 13? So, I mean, a bit of a differential in favor of the Pacers there. Can I get the rebounding? Rebounding, you got 43 for OKC, 36 for the Pacers. So, they actually out-rebounded Indiana. So, I mean, that's probably what kept them in it. I mean, it was a pretty close game up until the last... I'd say, 3.5 minutes, something like that, and then they just kind of ran away with the show. So the Pacers needed that. If they had gone down, it would be pretty much the series, in my opinion. I do think OKC will bounce back in Game 4. Like I said before this, when they were negative 700 favorites to win this, OKC's going to have to battle. Like, this isn't going to be an easy series. The odds makers, maybe they'll get it right, but the odds are definitely a lot different after Game 3 than they were entering Game 1, for sure. So it's going to be interesting. Like I said, OKC's the better team. Indiana kind of seems like that team of destiny, so we'll see what happens. There's a lot of game left to go, so be interesting to see what happens in Game 4. Not that I'll probably be watching, because what is June 13th? So the next game they play is June 13 at 8:30. June 13 will be, Friday? So I will be working, so, I mean, I'll listen to the game, but I'm not going to be able to sit there and gawk at the game, sort of thing. Now, for our other finals that we got going on, June 12th, which technically is later today, at 8 p.m., we do have Game 4 of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. This is the big one. This is the TSN turning point, if I do say so myself. Edmonton needs it. Florida's going to win it. So I do think Florida's going to go up 3-1. I think they demoralized Edmonton in Game 3. So I'm going with Florida in Game 4. And they're just going to keep putting the pressure on them. And guess what? Need to do better than Stuart Skinner. Put Pickard in. He's not that good either. Need to have better goaltending. Bobrovsky, he's not super elite anymore, by the way. He only had a couple years where he was like super elite when I was kind of looking at the save percentage. But he's way better than Stuart Skinner. So to me, that's the big difference in the series, and the fact that Florida's just better overall. So Game 4, I think Florida's going to take it. I will definitely be listening to it. Not able to watch it, unfortunately, but we'll see what happens, because maybe we'll have some Connor McJesus heroics coming up here. In the world of the NFL, we really don't have a ton. I don't know why one of the top headlines in ESPN is that the Steelers aim for balance with Aaron Rodgers. Well, of course they aim for balance with Aaron Rodgers. That's just the way every team is aiming for balance between pass and rush attack. That's really not any news there. So I don't know why that's news. I love, though, how much Roto World hates Aaron Rodgers, because I find it very funny. So they're talking about how Aaron Rodgers does not like play action pass. Like, he just wants to be the ball hog, set up in shotgun, throwing the ball down the field. Actually, that's not the case at all. Aaron Rodgers' best years are when we're doing a lot of play action. In fact, Aaron Rodgers could have thrown for way more yards in his career if we weren't doing so much run, play action, etc., etc. So I don't know why Roto World hates him so much. Honestly, I don't even know why the media hates him so much. Probably because he's got a brain and he doesn't just go with like what the narrative is around the world and that sort of thing. But I don't know. Maybe the people at rotoworld.com have been smoking a little ayahuasca themselves. Welcome to the Thundercloud, Angela. Trying to see what else here in the ESPN top headlines I can pick apart. I don't know. It looks like Byron Buxton hit a 479-foot home run today. I think that's the second furthest of the year. Sticking with the NFL, though, somewhat. So I think this is only like a day, maybe 2 days after the Cincinnati Bengals released Jermaine Pratt. He has signed a one-year deal with the Oakland Raiders, not the Las Vegas Raiders. They'll always be Oakland to me. It's only a $4.25 million deal. That's actually a pretty solid bargain. I mean, he's not Pro Bowler or anything like that, but he's going to be an upgrade for them. So I think that's a good get for them. They had a weakness at middle linebacker, and they addressed it. So I'd say a good little bargain signing for him. But again, he was the captain of a defense that was fucking terrible. Let me take a look at the comments. I believe we've got someone in here trying to start shit. Skip Bayless said that Rodgers has been washed up his last 3 years in Green Bay and a blame-deflecting diva. Well, it sounds like what they're saying about Austin Matthews now, isn't it? Until I hear players come out and start saying shit, I don't really believe it. We don't know anything that goes on in the locker room. I'm not saying Skip Bayless is wrong. Maybe Skip Bayless is right. But Skip Bayless is one of those, He's just a clickbait guy. You don't know anything about Aaron Rodgers. I've got 2 perfectly graded cards of Aaron Rodgers. 10 out of 10 grades. They will be worth thousands one day because they're already worth several hundred. So, nice little tidbit there. If you're going to rob the joint, take the Aaron Rodgers cards from me. A 10 out of 10 waste of money. Who's a 10 out of 10 waste of money? Nameless, welcome to the Thundercloud of Corpse. Oh my God, of course. So Rodgers won 2 MVP awards in the last 3 seasons in Green Bay. So he is wrong to say he is washed in his 3 years in Green Bay. Well, I don't know what the context of this is, and I'm not ready to get fucking sued by Skip Bayless and fucking ESPN. So I don't know what he actually fucking said. So I need a little bit more clarity. You're trying to say years ago he said he was washed? Well, I said he was washed too. Because he was putting up like 95 quarterback ratings. He wasn't, he didn't look good there for a couple years, if we're being honest. But, then Matt LaFleur came in, and Matt LaFleur actually kind of is the reason I think that June 6th of this year, well, I don't know why you'd be saying he's washed up. Those years, he won the MVP. I think he had about 110 to 117 quarterback ratings. He wasn't 2011 Aaron Rodgers, where he was like a 121 or a 122 quarterback rating, but I'd say he was pretty damn good. He was definitely the MVP of the league. But that's what I find funny about what Roto World says earlier is they say Aaron Rodgers hates play-action pass. In those years, we were doing a lot of play-action passes. Aaron Rodgers was not throwing for many yards. We thought guys were going to win the MVP over Aaron Rodgers, such as Tom Brady, because Tom Brady had more yards than Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers was far more efficient, way less attempts. Aaron Rodgers has never thrown for 700 attempts in his career, and I think he's maybe only gone over 600 once. And this is just going from my memory. You play action all over your D. That's right. That's what we do over here in Green Bay. That's what we do. But, no, like, you can look it up, Dan. You can give me the numbers. Has Aaron Rodgers had more than 1 or 2 years with over 600 attempts? That's a question, because I think he's only got 1 or 2. Whereas if you look at Tom Brady, you look at Peyton Manning, you look at Drew Brees, especially Drew Brees. Drew Brees was throwing over 700 a lot. Rodgers had more touchdowns than the 2 quarterbacks that were in the Super Bowl at age 40, Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. Please correct your typo, because you're not going to get me with that. I'm not Ron Burgundy. I'm not reading from the teleprompter everything that's said there. I'm not saying go fuck yourself, San Diego, or anything like that. I'm not here to cause trouble. We're here for a good time, not a long time, etc., etc. So, pivot off. You look up what I said about Aaron Rodgers. We're going to move off Aaron Rodgers. I know that you're a fucking homer of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers does have a wife, as does Patrick Mahomes. Alright, you guys are making me sick to my stomach. What? I can't read. Let's not run that stuff back, because I don't know how YouTube moderates it, please. We get it. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes he does have a wife, though. He does have a wife. Okay, I need to take a deep breath. I didn't know the circus was in town this week. No, I said you were a fan of Aaron Rodgers. I never... All right, let's turn our attention to the Toronto Blue Jays today, who did win I don't even know the score right now because you guys are really messing with me. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. What are you guys saying here? You know about the log cabin meme for the Yankees, right? No, I don't know about the log cabin meme for the Yankees. Please, go on and educate. Okay, while I'm doing that, I expect you guys to hit the like button. Log cabin meme Yankees. Log cabin meme Yankees. I know about the Brokeback Yankees, starring Alex Rodriguez and Derek Jeter in a video that's pretty funny on YouTube. I can't read through Reddit here. I mean, is there images I should be looking at? I don't know if I'm finding the results I'm supposed to. Brave doesn't always give me the results I want. Reddit posts. You know what? Just drop me a link in Steam, and I will certainly investigate that. That is part of my job as an investigative journalist. All right. Let's cut the crap. Let's cut the log cabins that are in our fucking toilets right now. Let's move on to baseball. And we've got a lot to cover in baseball, so I'm trying to keep this as quick as I can. The Toronto Blue Jays won again. We are creeping up the New York Yankees' ass, except for the fact that the Yankees also keep winning, which we'll get to shortly. Anyways, we won 5-2. And we pitched well, we hit well, and we're getting the job done here. So Bo Bichette today, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Vladimir Guerrero brought his OPS from the 700s to 801 because he had 2 for 5. Captain Kirk, again, had a multi-hit game, 2 for 5, so that average at 325. I mean, he's looking like he's going to win the goddamn batting title. I will check your link shortly that you just sent on Steam, nameless. George Springer continuing to be hot, 1 for 3. Arnold Clement was 3 for 4 with a home run. Addison Barger, I don't know, he's 0 for 0. He didn't even have a walk, so I don't know. He must have had a sacrifice or something like that, but he didn't have an RBI, so he must have just moved to run at a third or that sort of thing. Anything notable? I mean, Davis Schneider, 0 for 3. What else is new? Looks like Andre Jimenez pinch ran and had a walk. Good for him. Miles Straw continuing to hit okay. I mean, he's 270 with a 648 OPS, but he's continuing to do pretty good for us in a pinch. Clace, 0 for 3. Disappointing. And Heineman, he must have got some at-bats too. They were actually DHing Captain Kirk earlier today. This is interesting. This is actually very good news. This is what I've wanted to see for a long time. Eric Lauer, he started the game actually, so he went 4 1/3, 2 earned runs. He let a home run, unfortunately, but I mean, ERA's at 2.37. That's a hell of a minor league signing right there. We're getting hell of value for that. Anything else in the bullpen? The bullpen went clean the rest of the way. So Fisher, Turnbull, Little, and Uriel Rodriguez all had, 4 2/3 scoreless innings. Uriel Rodriguez picked up the save. That's his first of the season. I believe that's also potentially the first of his career. He's been outstanding this year. He's been well worth the price of admission. Brandon Little's been amazing as well. So really nice to see us continuing to pitch pretty good. I still think we need a new... we need Max Scherzer back. We need Bowden Francis out of here. And we're still going to need some pitching depth. I mean, there's no way around it. But at least the offense is starting to look like they can matriculate the ball out of the ballpark. Now, I am going to check and see what Zhao sent me. Hopefully it's not Trojan Horse. He has been known to send those on occasion. I need pictures. I want to live in a log cabin with Luke Voigt. I'm not... Okay. I can't read this here, I don't think. Honestly, I'd love to. I'd love to share this here. Yeah, I'm just gonna move. I'm moving on from the log cabin. I'm sorry, but it's too much for me to take right now. The Blue Jays are an MLB best 22-10 in the last 32 games of baseball. In other news, Luke Voigt signs with Japan's Rakuten Golden Eagles. I love the segue. I love how we go from the log cabins to the Japanese Rakuten Golden Eagles. Or Rakuten. Isn't Rakuten a coupon code thing you can get? Rakuten? That's a thing, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I could be wrong. Generally, I'm not. Okay. Maybe that's where they got the name from. So, yeah, let's just take a quick peek at the MLB standings. We are going to get to more baseball talk, though. So, Jays are 4 games back of the Yankees. The Yankees did win today. I believe it was 6-3 over Kansas City. And I do believe Aaron Judge hit his 25th home run of the year. So, I think he's only one behind the AL leader, Cal Raleigh. He's been on fire lately, obviously. He's been putting up another MVP type of a season. Definitely the favorite so far. Hopefully he breaks his wrist with a fucking wrench that Sage hits him with, though. Let me just see. He's at a 394 average, 490 on base percentage, and 779 slugging. So those are going to drop dramatically because his average isn't going to stay this high. His average is going to fall down, I would say, like 300, if I'm being honest with you. Judge is not going to be that type of guy that can hit 400. He's not that guy out there in San Diego. Who's that guy in San Diego? He hits for no power. Who's that guy I'm thinking of right now? It doesn't matter. He doesn't hit for power anyway. He's not notable, so we don't care about guys that don't hit thunder bombs like Aaron Judge. We do have more MLB news. I do not know if this is a guy that you guys have in your fantasy league or not, but Jackson Jobe is undergoing season-ending Tommy John surgery. He is the third guy we've reported in less than 24 hours that's either going under the knife or has gone under the knife. Apparently he's a hard-throwing 22-year-old for the Detroit Tigers. Never seen him play, but his season does end today. It looks like Jordan Westburg came out and went 2 for 4 today with a 3-run home run. So that was his return, I think he was being demoted. Just trying to see if there's anything else that we got that's of relevance. Did anyone else blow out their arm? Oh, yes! Oh, never mind. Here. I'm not sure who has Shane McClanahan, but whoever does have Shane McClanahan's not going to be happy that he is injured again. He has been shut down from throwing the ball. He needs to visit a nerve specialist because his triceps are fucked. So this, to me, probably means he's gone for at least 2 or 3 months, maybe even the rest of the year. You just re-added him? Do you want me to read verbatim what Roto World says as per Ryan Bass? They say, all right, Rays manager Kevin Cash said Wednesday that Shane McClanahan, triceps, has been shut down from throwing and will visit a nerve specialist this week. They go on to say, not good. Cash added that McClanahan is kind of in a shutdown mode at the moment as he visits a specialist to determine the next steps in his recovery process from a triceps issue that put him on the shelf just prior to opening day. It certainly qualifies as a setback since the 28-year-old lefty was throwing bullpen sessions as recently as last weekend and was aiming to return at some point in late July or early August. It's becoming a more realistic possibility that McClanahan doesn't make it back to Tampa Bay this season. So before I even read that, when I hear he shut down triceps, I had a feeling he is not coming back. So there you go. We got another drop. 4 guys in less than 24 hours who have been dropped because their season is fucking over. So I love it. Keep the arms going down as long as they're not my Spencer Striders and my George Kirbys. I frankly don't give a fuck. Yeah, here we go again. He hasn't pitched since 2023. He used to be a fucking dog, too. He was a horse. He's not a horse like Roy Halladay, but he was dominant. He was dominant presence. Same with that other motherfucker that gets injured all the time that played in Tampa, Drew Rasmussen. It seems like Tampa Bay produces all these like very good pitchers that can't stay. Like even their fucking closer they had last year, Pete Fairbanks, never fucking played. There's another guy I can't think of right now that never fucking played. Like they're great at developing pitchers that are like dominant forces that can't fucking pitch because they never fucking play. Your best ability is availability, and they don't have it. Let's just put it. Let's just put it that way. I believe it's time to turn our attention to none other than the greatest league ever founded by yours truly, the Pete Rose Bowl Cut. We've got a lot of stuff to go over. So before we get into the scorecards, we're going to go over what has transpired today in terms of ads, drops. There hasn't been any bullshit blockbuster trades that I'm aware of. But let's take it from the top here. So we've got, I think I added Jack Leiter last night, so that doesn't count. It looks like Alejandro's astounding team dropped Cedric Mullins last night. I do want to take a quick peek at Cedric Mullins, see what he's doing. He's a guy, he had one hell of a year, 1 year, I think 2 years ago. We don't get to that until after, but I can tell you that, yes, Vinny Pasquinto is mine after you mentioned you were going to pick him up. And I don't want him. But I know people do want him. I know you want him. I know another GM wants him. I picked him up to trade him. So if you guys want Vinny Pasquantino, now's the time to get him. The value will be low, but it's still going to be a little high because I see he's been added like plus 8.5% this week. So talk to the sheriff if you need to. Well, maybe he's going to stop opening his fucking mouth. Like, hey, I'm going to add this guy. Hey, I'm going to get this guy. Maybe fucking play it a little closer to the fucking vest, man. Play it closer to the breast. Alright, I gotta figure out what's going on with Cedric Mullins. Is he having a bad year? Cedric Mullins was injured, not necessarily having a bad year. Pretty good balance of, well, he's got 10 home runs, 8 stolen bases, so he's not necessarily a bad guy to pick up. Low average, though, 230. He seems to be pretty consistent in the 230 range, other than, like, 2022, and he was 258. So, I mean, yeah, guy you can stash or whatever, but I think there's overall pretty low upside with Cedric Mullins there. I'm just going to add him before we move to the next segment. So, DJ LeMahieu, for whatever reason, was added to bases loaded IBP, and being dropped was Sean Manaea. I know Sean Manaea is a fluff baller. He does not throw very hard. His ERA this year, though, is a 3.47, and he is pitching in a very pitcher-friendly ballpark, Shea Stadium. So, if you're desperate for pitching, might be a good guy to get, except for the fact he's probably not going to strike out a whole lot. But definitely better value in real life than in fantasy. Let's see what DJ LeMahieu is doing. I thought his career was over 2 years ago, so let's take a quick look at his numbers here. He looks like a fucking idiot, for one. Like, if I could post you the fucking picture that ESPN has of him, he looks like a fucking idiot. He's like fucking triangled in the fucking face. Man, I just want to fucking punch him the fuck up. I'm sorry. I mean, he's in for a good average, 279. Certainly better than his 204 average last year, and a lousy 269 on base percentage last year as well. Good on base percentage this year, 372. Again, this is only a sample of 22 games, so maybe he bounced back. My money's on somewhere in between. I'd say he's like more of like a 730, 740 OPS guy, but we'll see what happens to him. I used to like him when he was with I believe he was with Colorado back in the day. Liked him back then. Xander Bogaerts got injured. I do need to see what the comments are before we move forward. Yes, you're right. Cedric Mullins' 2022 season was elite. And yes, I did add Vinny. Yes, I agree, Zal. Maybe this is why I've won back to back to back. Okay, can we just like stop it, man? Like, you've won one real championship. 2 years your team were mediocre. If we were doing a real league, you wouldn't have even made the playoffs. So slow your fucking roll. Now, we've got an interesting drop here. We've got Xander Bogaerts getting dropped, and Xander Bogaerts used to be a household name not that long ago, but since he's gone to San Diego from Boston, his OPS has declined steadily. So with Boston, his last year was an 833 OPS. His first year with San Diego was a 790 OPS. Last year was a 688 OPS. And this year was a 646 OPS. So, I mean, potentially a good buy low player, but maybe he just fucking sucks outside of Fenway. Not sucks, but like he's an old 32. What can I say? I don't know. He shouldn't be declining like that, like this early in his career, but I don't know. Xander Bogaerts, I'm going to ask you guys, do you think he's done? Do you think those numbers, like, I don't think those are very good numbers. Why isn't he done? What has he done that's so good? Fake age, I agree. He's got a fake age. If he's not done, why don't you pick him up? Put your money where your mouth is. Pick him up. I certainly am not adding fucking Xander Bogaerts. I'll tell you that much. This is the move that... okay, you're trying to do a little false advertising. I get it. Vinny Pasquantino has been added by myself. And he's on the trade block. I have no interest in him whatsoever. Dan wanted him. I picked him up. And first come, first serve. Give me an offer if you want a left-handed bat who is... Well, let's just break down Vinny Pasquantino a little bit. I got to go to tomorrow's because he's not on my team yet. He is, like I said, he's up plus 8.5 in the own percentage. 73.2% owned, so that's pretty damn good. He's got a 280 average, a 335 on base, with, I thought that was home runs, 18 walks. So he only got 10 home runs. Anyways, he's a guy I'm willing to trade. If we could put a trade together where my bullpen gets improved, or I pair Vinny with a reliever or with a starter and I get a slight upgrade, I'm all for it. So he's on the trade block, as is every player. Unfortunately, Matthew Liberatore, who was on my team, faced the Jays today. He didn't have a good outing. I cut him. So I got rid of Matthew Liberatore of the St. Louis Cardinals. And then I picked up another pitcher from the St. Louis Cardinals. I picked up Phil Maton. He is a reliever. And I've had very good success with getting holds from guys that are in St. Louis. Last year I had that Andrew Littleridge or whatever his name was, and another guy. This guy's got 12 holds on the year, a 2.16 ERA, 116 whip. He's got 31 strikeouts and 25 innings. So I'm welcoming Phil Maton to the team. He's a good get. Andrew Kittredge, thank you for fact-checking me so they don't shut this channel down. And I had to drop Cade Thornton, a young pitcher who, his stats just ain't there. Not for me, not for my team. 4.11 ERA, 1.3 whip, 30 innings pitched, 25 strikeouts. That's just not going to cut it on my team. So you've seen me cut today a guy with a 3.93 ERA, a guy with a 4.11 ERA. You can tell that I'm done fucking around. I'm done letting you guys stay in the fight. We've got another official drop at the hour of 12:49 Eastern Standard Time. Shane McClanahan has been cut from the Dark Sliders. So, well, we'll just do... we're going to go over his stats just because we'll probably never hear him play in the majors again. So, like Dan said, he's never played since 2023. He owns a career 3.02 ERA, His last year was a 3.29 ERA, and he's done. He's done. What can I say? He was only picked up 2 days ago? Is that a for real stat right there? Well, it's a good thing I added Vinny, because he would have been all over. He would have been all over Vinny. You know what I mean? Now it's time for us to go over. We're going to go over the scores here. He was close to returning, but then he got injured again. So right now, Sage has started to become a pest in my fucking side. Sage is up 14-2 against my mother. And I'm having a fucking good week. I'm up 13-3 against Graham. So there is a cockfight for first place. I don't know. None of us are putting our dukes down unless it's to grab a donaire. And when we do that, we end up, throwing the punches a little harder. So this is going to be a hell of a fight down the stretch. It is me versus Sage. Everyone else is fucking mediocre. But good little cockfight at the top here. So Sage would technically gain a game on me if the week ended today. Dan is having struggles. He is losing to Nathan's better half, 10-6.
I'm winning.
Oh, sorry. That was bad journalism. I saw what I wanted to see. Never mind. The wrench from the other trench isn't getting the job done, and Dan is winning 10-6. Bases loaded, IBB is losing to Alejandro's astounding team, 7-6. So like I said, that's the matchup of the week. That's going to be a close one. I believe I predicted that to be a 9-7, 8-8 type of a match. It looks like I'm right there. So that brings you up to date on the Pete Rose Bowl cut. I'm going to see if anyone has said a goddamn thing in the chat here. I got Jonathan Arenado, who's a hidden gem. He's probably a fucking platoon player. Return to the body shop, it seems. I'm not sure what that means. Are you talking about like a car that needs to get fixed up or something like that? Oh my gosh, it's getting hot in here with the air conditioner turned off. Ever since my Miracle 2 message on this could be another... Okay, we get it, Dan. You think you're going to win. That's great. The thing is I know I'm going to win the regular season, which is what I'm all about. I'm all about, hey, I beat you for 20 weeks. Oh, you beat me for 2 weeks? Okay, cool. What's the bigger sample size? I'm all about the sample sizes. So, I don't give a shit about championships. I just care about winning every year. Because at least I have something to go over there. Yeah, fuck Willie Adams. He's starting to pick up. Had a second home run in 2 days. I think we covered everything. I think we covered everything pretty good tonight. I think that's it. In case you all missed it, though, be sure to check out last night's stream, the tail end of it, because magic was made all over your face last night. Or I should say eyes. So I'd be sure to check that out, because that was a miraculous performance, to say the least. Something you might never see again. So I'm going to call it here. We're not doing any video games tonight. We're going to listen to some music, and we're going to play a little Balatro off screen here. I'm going to try to find my hidden jokers. All right. That's a wrap, guys. Have a good night, and we will reconvene tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully you guys stop making so many fucking moves, so I don't have to talk so fucking much about the fucking Pete Rose Bowl cut. This is pretty much a Pete Rose Bowl cut fucking, yeah, all over your night, yeah. Just stop making so many fucking moves, guys. I'm sick of talking. Good night.